Hi, welcome back to the channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. Um, Today, this is going to be for those of you who still run a carburetor. You might notice as the weather gets warmer, it doesn't run as well. And heat is not the friend of any carbureted engine. And today we're going to do a modification that will hopefully help that. I've taken some initial measurements, which I'll share with you here in just a minute. It's just warm enough outside that I thought I would at least start the video inside, where I've got some air conditioning, and be able to explain a little at length what we're going to be doing. Then what we'll do is we'll take it outside. I'll probably do a time lapse on what it takes to install this part, and I'll try not to talk during the time lapse so you won't hear the chipmunk voices. Anyway, let's turn the camera around here, and this is what we're going to be installing today. This is a carburetor heat shield designed for a Holley carburetor, and it is JEGS 154055. As you notice, it's the open heat shield style, and by open they mean this here is open. There's no some of the other ones that you can get have 4 holes, and really just depends on what you want to do. But essentially what happens is you bolt it onto the carburetor here, or you bolt it onto the intake manifold below the carburetor, and these shields insulate any heat coming up from the engine that would tend to heat up the fuel bowls. And it comes with the main heat shield, and I did open this beforehand to make sure all the pieces and parts were here. Things happen, so you want to make sure. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 gaskets, and looks like 2 additional insulators. Now I'm really not sure how much that would do. It's not very thick, but they came with it, so we're going to put it on. I think the main insulation is going to be from this. And of course what we'll do is we'll put these like this, like this. This first one will go on the intake manifold, gasket to the manifold, insulator, gasket, and then the gasket will go in between the heat shield. And then we'll have another gasket, insulator, gasket. So it's going to be, oh, I don't know, maybe 3/8 of an inch. I don't think it's going to affect the studs that I have. I think I've got enough thread engagement that we're not going to have to switch them out. If not, I think I have some longer studs. For your application, you might want to check this beforehand. That could be something that would cause a few problems, but I checked mine before and I think we're going to be okay. Anyway, let's head out to the car, and I'll get this set up on a stand and hopefully whip through this really quickly. Before we go out, I should let you know that I took some initial temperature readings. I was going to tell you about that and almost forgot. When I went out there, I used my infrared heat gun, and which I think I got from that Harbor Marine, whatever you want to call it, place. Don't remember how much it was. Well worth buying one though. I use it to double check temperature gauges a lot, and it's really come in handy. It's a really good diagnostic tool. Anyway, both the engine and the carburetor were at 78 degrees Fahrenheit when I went out there, and I went and started it, let it run for a few minutes, and did a really short errand, came back, and it was short enough that I don't think the thermostat had opened up yet, because the engine was reading 160 and the carburetor bowl was reading 115. Again, those are both Fahrenheit, and it gives you an idea of how fast the engine will heat up your fuel bowl. But the car was running fine. Today it's mid 80s Fahrenheit, so not too awful bad of a day, but it's enough that it's definitely going to help the engine heat up, or help the carburetor, help the engine heat up the carburetor. I'm not speaking too well today. So anyway, we're going to head out there and install this heat shield. Okay, here's our first problem. Didn't see that one coming. Wow. I'm going to have to trim off quite a bit. Let me bring the camera around. You know what? I'm going to show all my mistakes. I think I have that heat shield upside down. All right, I'll show you what I mean. You look here, and it's like, oh wow, that really interferes. That's a lot of trimming. Why would Holly do that? Or I assume Holly originally designed this. Then you go over here. Wow, look at all that room. Huh. Yeah. Anyway, something to watch out for. I really do like showing my stupidity. It's kind of why I started this channel. Might edit that out. Not sure. And wow, that sure looks nice. Clears just like it was designed to. Imagine that. Okay, one of the things that did show up is, and your fuel line might be different, but there's a slight amount of interference. which just have to do a quick bend, which I'm going to do after I tighten it down. Actually, if it's touching, I don't see how it would cause any problems. Okay, now I did on purpose leave this off because I wanted to make sure that I could tighten everything down. But now I need to reinstall the throttle linkage. Because it actually, I do have enough thread engagement, but it was pretty close. Just so you know. So depending on your application, you might need longer studs again. As I mentioned before, it might be one of those things you check beforehand. It could cause you problems. And yes, I do run a double spring, which can be a pain to hook up, but I'm just anal enough that I don't want to have the one throttle spring break and have a problem. Some guys don't. That's fine. This is one of those times that question. There we go. Now I don't. Okay. All right. So let me just show you again. One of the interference points was at the fuel line there. Depending on what fuel line you have, I was able to bend it down a little bit. Doesn't take much. And once you get it installed correctly, everything clears. Okay, one of the things I would recommend though, because of the amount of gaskets that are involved, I would recheck the torque after some run time of a couple of days or so. There's a good chance these will compress and need to be tightened down so you don't have a vacuum leak. So anyway, all we need to do now is reinstall the air cleaner and get it back up to the same engine temperatures as before, and let's see if it did anything. Okay, there's a pretty good chance I might close the video out here. If not, we'll pretend that I'm closing it out and then we'll finish it tomorrow. and I'll show you why. Okay, I've taken the heat shield back off, and if you look right there, there's a witness mark. That is from, can't really see it, but it has to do with the idle speed on the fast idle for the automatic choke, which you'll see in a prior video I had problems with, and it continues to be a thorn in my side. But in this case, it's not really the fast idle setup. Anyway, it's not their problem, but it is a problem that needs to be addressed. I went ahead and pulled it off, and I was going to just clearance it, but then it doesn't look like there's enough clearance below that to be able to clear the heat shield itself. So what I've done is had to order from that jungle or river place. I went ahead and ordered a 1-inch spacer, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and then that should clear everything with no problems, and then we can do the test. But we'll decide. If you see this, me saying goodbye, you'll know I went ahead and finished the video out, and we will add another one very soon. Anyway, just in case, please tell everyone you can, any way that you can. Please like and subscribe, it really helps out, and I'll keep you updated. Thank you.